It's time for the Brainiac Minute. Get ready. Here's your host, John Boyce. Monday.
Which sign of the Zodiac is represented by a pair of scales? Libra. Libra is the 7th astrological sign of the Zodiac, covering birthdays from roughly September 23rd to October 22nd, and is an air sign symbolized by the scales of justice. Ruled by Venus, Libras are characterized by their desire for balance, harmony, and fairness, often leading them to be diplomatic, social, and appreciative of beauty and art. They excel at relationships and compromise, but can struggle with indecisiveness and people-pleasing due to their aversion to conflict. In Western astrology, astrological signs are the Zodiac, 12 30-degree sectors that are crossed by the sun's 360-degree orbital path as viewed from Earth in the sky. Astrology is a pseudoscience, meaning it consists of statements, beliefs, or practices that claim to be both scientific and factual, but are incompatible with the scientific method. Mark your calendars for September 27th. I'll be hosting Greatest Movie Franchises, with a round dedicated to each: Marvel, Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Lord of the Rings. After trivia is over, we'll watch Prisoner of Azkaban on the big screen. This family-friendly event is only $15, and you can buy your tickets today at CapitolTheaterTN.com. Tickets will also be available at the door if the event does not sell out. That's September 27th at the Capitol Theater right here in Lebanon.
Tuesday.
In 1982, what automobile manufacturer made Ohio the site of the very first U.S. assembly plant for Japanese cars? Honda. The passing of the voluntary export restraint of the importation of Japanese automobiles forced the nation's automakers to establish assembly plants in America. Honda was first, and in 1982, an Accord rolled off the line in Marysville, Ohio. That Honda was the very first Japanese car to be built in the United States. Toyota and the rest followed quickly. However, there is a footnote to that footnote. That Accord might be the first Japanese car built in the United States, but it is not the first Japanese car in North America as a whole. Nearly 15 years earlier, the very first Japanese car to be made across the Pacific rolled off a line in Nova Scotia, Canada. Today, Honda manufactures over 1 million automobiles in the United States each year at their 8 auto manufacturing facilities. Roughly 70% of Honda and Acura vehicles sold in the U.S. were made in the U.S., using both domestic and global parts. Cumulatively, Honda has produced over 30 million vehicles in the United States. I hope you'll join me on September 27th for Greatest Movie Franchises: Harry Potter, Marvel, Star Wars, and Lord of the Rings. This all happens at the Capitol Theater starting at 6 o'clock. And of course, we'll watch a movie afterwards: Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Wednesday.
For which video game console was the Power Glove a control accessory? The Nintendo Entertainment System. The Power Glove gained public attention due to its early motion control mechanics and its significant marketing. However, its 2 games did not sell well, and it was not packaged with the game. It has also been criticized for its imprecise and difficult-to-use controls. The Power Glove was originally released in 1989. Though it was an officially licensed product, Nintendo was not involved in the design or release of the accessory. It sold nearly 1 million units and is considered a commercial success. However, it has generally received extremely poor reception, mainly because the controls for the glove were incredibly obtuse, making it completely impractical for almost every game on the console. It was also very expensive, at the time costing around $100, which today would translate to about $250. Mark your calendars for September 27th, exactly 1 month away from Greatest Movie Franchises. I'll feature Marvel, Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Lord of the Rings, with each having its very own round. After we're done playing trivia, we'll watch Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban on the big screen. All of this takes place September 27th here in Lebanon at the Capitol Theater.
Thursday.
What clothing company has used the slogan, "There's a bit of the West in all of us"? Wrangler. Founded in 1858 when German-Jewish immigrant Levi Strauss moved from Bavaria to San Francisco to open a West Coast branch of his brother's New York dry goods business. Jacob Davis, a Latvian Jewish immigrant, was a Reno, Nevada tailor who frequently purchased denim from Levi Strauss & Company's wholesale house. After one of Davis's customers kept purchasing cloth to reinforce torn pants, he thought of using copper rivets to reinforce points of strain, such as on pocket corners and the base of the button fly. The copper rivet was incorporated into the company's jean design and advertisements. Now, contrary to an advertising campaign suggesting that Levi Strauss sold his first jeans to gold miners during the California Gold Rush, which peaked in 1849, the manufacturing of denim overalls began in the 1870s. Levi Strauss is currently valued at around $6.19 billion. Join me September 27th for Greatest Movie Franchises Trivia at the Capitol Theater here in Lebanon. One round dedicated to each: Marvel, Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Lord of the Rings. After trivia is over, we'll watch Harry Potter's Prisoner of Azkaban on the big screen. All of this takes place September 27th right here in Lebanon at the Capitol Theater.
Friday.
In what city would you find O'Hare International Airport? Chicago. O'Hare has nonstop flights to 249 destinations in North America, South America, the Caribbean, Europe, Africa, Asia, the Middle East, and the North Atlantic region. As of 2024, it is considered the most connected airport in the United States and the fifth most connected airport in the world. It is also the world's fourth busiest airport, despite being only the 16th largest. O'Hare handled 73 million passengers in 2023, and over 40.1 million passengers have passed through O'Hare in the first half of 2025. By comparison, for B&A in Nashville, the fiscal year, which ended in June, had a total of 24.7 million passengers. I hope you'll join me on September 27th for Greatest Movie Franchises Trivia, featuring a round dedicated to each: Marvel, Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Lord of the Rings. This happens September 27th at the Capitol Theater right here in Lebanon. After trivia is over, we'll watch Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban on the big screen. You can get your tickets today at CapitolTheaterTN.com, or you can wait and buy them at the door if there's any available. Follow Brainiac Trivia on Facebook and Instagram for more information.
This podcast was produced from the Brainiac Minute. Airs daily on WANT 98.9 FM at 9:10 a.m. and 4:30 p.m.